Hey guys, welcome back to Karting with Chris. Today's video is going to be the Fall 2 final race. Now for this race we will be starting in 3rd place, which is the second best place to start in for this track because you've got the inside. The best place to start obviously is 1st place, but 3rd place is also pretty good because you basically instantly get 2nd place. Now we technically finished the pre-final in 4th place, but people decided to start murdering each other, and so they got penalties, and I moved up into 3rd place. Now, we're crossing our fingers that this doesn't happen during this race because we don't want to get assassinated. So leading up to this race, I was very nervous. A lot of people kept coming up to me saying, oh, go get that podium, so kind of had a lot of pressure on my shoulders, so I was kind of nervous. But we do skip ahead past the warm-up lap because you don't want to see that. So what you're about to see is the worst start of NTK history for me. So we're going down the back straight here. We've got Adrian on first. We've got Colton in second. We're just going to push Adrian around turn 1. That's all we have to do. Simple, right? So we're waiting for the flagman to wave green. He waves green. We're good to go. So we're pushing Adrian like we said. And you see I back off a little. And now Adrian has pulled away from me. So I had one job and I blew it. Now there's a gap between Adrian and myself. We're still in second, like I said. It's kind of hard to screw that bit up. So Adrian's in first. He has no draft, so he won't be able to pull away that much. But I also don't have any draft, so I won't be able to catch up to him. But luckily we have Colton behind us, pushing us down the straights, trying to catch up to Adrian. He's the guy who started in second, and he got a really good start because usually when you start in second, you usually lose about 2 to 3 positions because the inside is that much better. So we're ending lap 1 here. You can see how much Adrian's already gapped me. And this is a bit of a worry because going into this race I knew that I would be struggling because if you didn't see my pre-final race, my tires are absolute crap. So I'm going to apologize in advance if I talk about tires way too much in this video. It is kind of my fault that I'm in this scenario, so I'm going to try and keep it to a minimum, but yeah, tighten your lug nuts, kids. So we're going through turn 7 here. We can see Adrian's going a little wide, nothing too significant for us to really catch up to him, but he is making a little bit of mistakes. In the opening stages of the race, everyone's going to have cold tires, so you'll see people sliding it here and there. But behind me, there is a bit of a gap because Colton from behind, I think, made a mistake. So I'm kind of in no man's land. I know that Colton is working together with 4th place to catch up to me, so he will eventually catch up to me, but my goal right now is to put my head down and catch up to Adrian. So we're coming out of the chicane here. You can see in the top left corner, it's kind of hard to see with my big fat face there, but Colton has caught right back up to me, and I'm hoping he pushes me, but I think he knows my tire issue, and so he's probably going to pass me. If he does try and pass me, I'm not going to really fight it as I tap my helmet, telling him, let's work together. If he does pass me, I'm not going to really fight it because we got to catch up to Adrian, and if we fight too much, he's just going to pull away. So we're going through turn 2 here, and you can see how much understeer my kart is getting. You typically want to be next to that apex, but I was nowhere near the apex. So the struggle bus is really tooting along here. I've got a huge queue of people behind me. As Colton is going for the move, this is what we predicted. Colton's just going to pass us through 7. We're not going to fight it. He taps his helmet. He's saying, let's work together. Let's catch up to Adrian. And I'm going to try and work together with him. But you can see coming out of turns 8 and 9 that I am not able to carry as much speed through the corners as he is. So we're ending lap 4. We're on lap 5 now. You can see Colton has already pulled away from me. And, you know, I'm really struggling for grip around this track right now. There is a queue behind me of people who want to pass me. Right now there is Brian Van Cleve behind me. And in the pre-final, he got a penalty, a 2-place penalty, for taking someone out through turn 7 up here. And he's going to look for the move on turn 7 on me. I'm going to let him through. Hopefully I can do what I was trying to do with Colton, stay behind him and try and draft with him. But again, going through 8 and 9, I just had no grip, so much understeer. And now I've got someone behind me. I think that's Landon in kart 625. And we can see Ethan in kart number 1. He's trying to make it 3 abreast as Landon goes on my inside through turn 1. Down into 5th place, and we're just really falling down the order now. So you're probably thinking, Chris, You're being too nice. You're letting these people pass you for free. Why don't you, put out your elbows and start defending? And that's a good question. I guess I could defend for the rest of the race, but you run the risk of the people in front really pulling away from you, not having a chance of gaining positions, and you also invite people from behind to catch up to you, and you can end up losing more positions. So we're coming out of the last corner now, and we've got Ethan behind me, and I know he wants to pass me, so he's looking on the inside of turn 1 here. We're going to give him 5th position. We're not going to really fight it. And now there is nobody behind me. So now we can start drafting off of Ethan and pulling away from the people behind. And if he goes for moves, we'll follow him. Now, if you don't remember from the pre-final, Ethan is the person who got yeeted across the track in turn 7. And he had to start in 2nd to last place, I believe. Could be different, I don't know. And now he's picked his way through the pack. He's up into 5th now, so we know he's a fast driver. And if we can stick to his bumper and follow him as he picks his way through the pack, we can hopefully gain some positions. As Ethan's looking for the inside of Landon through turn 1, he dives on the inside, and there's a little bit of contact. I'm not going to pass Ethan because I know he's just going to want to try and pass me again. But this has brought us a little closer to Ethan as we go through turn 3 here. And you'll see the power of the draft coming through the chicane here. Catch up to Ethan, and now we're going to be able to push him down the straight. Landon goes defensive. This is what I was talking about before. You don't really want to go defensive too early as he gets a poor exit coming out of turn 7. Ethan's going to go side by side through 8 and 9. I'm going to pass both of them going through 8 and 9, and now we're up into 4th place. So you can see the karting gods really are in my favor here. They just moved 2 carts out of the way for me. And I didn't even have to work up a sweat to pass them. But we do have Ethan still behind us, and like I said before, he's going to want to pass me. Landon did not get the better end of the deal because he is a bit further behind now. But all this fighting has allowed the top 3 to really pull away. As Ethan's looking for that move through turn 7, he points forwards, I point him by. That's him telling me, hey, let me in front, and then let's draft together and pull away from everyone. So I agree with him, and now we're going to start to try and pull away from people. Now that pass did slow us down, like most passes, they do slow you down. And there is a group of, I think, 3 or 4 people trying to track us down. 3 or 4 people are faster than 2 people, but hopefully Ethan and I can pull away from them. Coming out of turn 3 here, you can see how powerful the draft is. He has no draft, and going through the chicane right here, I'm able to catch up to him, push him down the straights. He shakes his head up and down. He's agreeing with what I'm doing, and hopefully we can catch up to those top 3 people. So going through these last 2 corners right here, this is where Ethan pulls away from me the most, in my opinion. That's because he's able to carry more speed. I had a lot of understeer going through those corners. You can see I'm not quite close enough to get in his draft to push him down the straights here. The people from behind are inching up. Again, through turn 2, can't quite get close to that apex because I'm just sliding all over the place. But turn 3, I was able to hold it nicely around turn 3, and I could get in his draft through the chicane and be able to push him down the front straight here. Now going into turn 7, I had PTSD from when I lost my brakes. And let me tell you, you don't want to lose brakes through turn 7. Ask anyone. But yeah, I was kind of scared that I might have no brakes at one point. But I'm going to tell you now, I did not lose my brakes throughout this race. But, it was just in the back of my head the whole time. So we're ending lap 11. We're now on lap 12. There is a group of 3 behind Ethan and I, and they are inching closer towards us. But one thing to note is that the top 3 people are battling. We are getting a little closer to them. So I'm not going to pass Ethan. Again, I'm going to push him down the straights here as much as possible. And hopefully we can catch up to those top 3 because they continue battling. Hopefully we can catch up to them and maybe gain some more positions. So let me take you through what a fast lap around NTK looks like. Going into turn 1, we're clocking in at about 107 miles an hour. Going through turn 2, we're hitting about 9.8 Gs. And then going through the chicane here, you got to really throw it in or else it won't stick. And then going into turn 7 here, you got to really slow down. You can see how much we slow down here. And we're about to go through the last couple of corners here. And you can see we're right on the back of Ethan. We're getting that draft. And let me tell you now, there was no editing of the video whatsoever. That was my true pace. So going through turn 1 here, we're going to look behind us. We can see Ava is going for the move for 6th position. That's going to allow Ethan and I to pull away from them, and that's going to relieve some stress so we don't have to worry about the people from behind anymore. And now we can start focusing more on catching up to the top runners. They are fighting a little bit as we push Ethan coming out of the chicane here. The top runners are fighting a little bit, so hopefully we can catch them. We are about to start the second to last lap, so we got to make the choice. Do we fight Ethan or do we catch up to the top guys? Now I'm going to tell you that I decided to keep working with Ethan as he taps his helmet. He's frantically saying, let's work together. I'm telling him, hey bro, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying as much as I can, because I was actually giving it all I had.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
Now I don't know if you noticed or anything, but it was quite hard keeping up with Ethan, especially with my tires gone. I know I wouldn't bring it up, but yeah, that's why it was kind of hard. But the main reason I'm not trying to pass Ethan is because if I do battle him, that brings Ava to the equation. I don't want to do that. And you can see that the top 3 are getting closer, so if we can just keep up with Ethan up until this lap, maybe we can think about going for the move. But going through these last 2 corners here, I really screwed it up. A lot of understeer. You see Ethan is really pulling away here. They're waving white flag, and I really don't have very many options left. So on this last lap, you can clearly see I'm not close enough to Ethan, but Ava's really not close enough to me. But if you can see, it's kind of hard to see. The top 3 are going side by side through turn 3, and through the chicane, again, they're going side by side. And this is allowing Ethan to really catch up to them as he is right on the back of 3rd position here. I bet you if I would have not screwed up that last corner, I could have been right behind him. But this is the last lap, and going through these last couple of corners, we're not close enough to benefit from anything. But Ethan's also not going to benefit from anything. If we had one more lap, maybe we could have done it, but we finished in 5th place. So there you have it, Karting with Chris video confirmed. That was my plan the whole time, to get 5th place. Do it for the fans, you know. Podiums are overrated. But I did have fun in this race, even though I did fall down the order. It's always fun racing against people, especially of this level. But that's all I have for today. If you liked the video, please subscribe. And if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, please comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.